Whew. Almost. That good? That's good enough. Alright. Turn the volume down a little bit. A little too loud. How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. Let's look at chart. Sad, I messed up multiple times last time. Don't got much more to go. Don't got much more to go. Alright. So we're at 21 grammar issues right now. Huh, Puddin'. I had another dream the night of the attempted murder. Mr. Irving collapsed. Is this a dream of the past, or is it going to happen? I don't know. Why are all these things happening? Could Mr. Irving escape this fate? Hey, are you okay? 22, okay. You remember? Alright. Huh? You were moaning in your sleep. Did you have a bad dream? Mr. Eowyn, why are you here? Oh, I have something urgent to talk to you about. I came here because I heard that you were still sleeping after your shift had started. What? I'm late for work? My shift started at 6 a.m. It was already well past then. No way. I'm really late. I can't believe I slept in so late. Oh, what about Louisa? I scanned the room but couldn't see Louisa. It looks like she's already gone to work. Why do you look like you're about to cry? We were up late last night dealing with a number of issues. I don't blame you for sleeping in. If you want, I'll apologize instead. I'm sure that I'm to blame for a lot of this. Thank you very much. That feeling is enough. You said just before that there was something urgent you wanted to talk to me about. Yes. Remember my father's diary you gave me last night? I read it all. Something strange was written on the last page. Something about a black dog. Black dog? He wrote that in the diary? May I take a look? Last night I was in a hurry, so I could only read part of it. I remember the black dog. That's the one that the little cutie girl talked about. I forgot her name now. I'm terrible. Let's see, hold on. Let's see where... nope. Ah, there we go. Oh. No. Ah, here we go. I see a lot of these still haven't been updated yet. Natalie, that was her name. Yeah. I'm terrible, I couldn't remember. This is who I think is the mastermind behind it. We'll find out. Black dog. Natalie talked about it before. She said it had been seen deep in the village woods. Is that what Mr. Keith went to go check on? My father died the day after he wrote this entry. I asked the butler about it. He was found dead in the morning, as if he had been sleeping in his bed. They thought he had died of illness, weakened from the injuries he'd received in the war. I wonder if that was the real reason he died. If not from illness, then what could he have died from? Well, in detective novels, sometimes they poison someone to try to make it look like they die from an illness. Poison? If nobody was suspicious, then it is true. The death would have been considered the result of an illness, so it's not out of the question. So you mean that my father may have been killed? It's just a possibility. Anyway, I'm curious why he died right after he wrote, "I'm going to investigate the black dog in the diary." Did Natalie do it? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. I don't know, who knows. Yeah, huh? Just then the door opened with a crash. "Ellie, how long are you going to sleep for? Ms. Noel told me to wake you up." "Really, get your act together. You didn't wake up no matter how many times I called." "What? Huh? Why is one of our guests here?" "Oh, I shouldn't be here. Anyway, we can continue this later. We should also talk with Irving." "Hey, what's going on? You didn't bring him here, did you?" "Huh? No way. He invited himself in." "I can't believe this is happening. I must tell everyone right away. Ellie skipped work to bring a man to her room." "What? Don't start spreading weird rumors. This will keep me amused for days." Louisa ran out of the room, looking very satisfied with herself. "Hey, Louisa, wait, oh my." I dressed myself faster than ever before and flew out the room, which was already fast as fuck, so I don't know what's faster than fast as fuck. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, right. "Hey, wait, don't you dare start spreading weird rumors." "Oh, you two are full of energy this morning. What great friends you are." "Huh?" There's no one here. When I went to the hall, Ms. Noel was waiting as usual. "There you are, Ellie. I'm very sorry I'm late." "You don't need to apologize. It seems that you had a lot to take care of." "Huh? Did you hear something about me?" "Yes." Oh, I thought we were going somewhere else. Okay. I see. I'm sure you're tired, but you have work to do right now. Go and wait upon the Lord and his guests in the dining room." "Yes, ma'am." I found Mr. Irving in the dining room. "Good morning, Ellie. Did you sleep well last night?" "Yes, I had a very good sleep. But I had another dream." "A dream of me dying? Is someone going to try to kill me again?" I'm not sure if it was a prophetic dream. It looked very similar to my previous dream, so I may have just been repeating the same dream. I hope so. I'd hate for someone to try to kill me again. Mr. Irving. What's up with these choices? I'll just go with I'm sure. But this is not the time to be faint-hearted. I have to act so that your dream won't come true. Yes, I'll help you. Thank you. When Mr. Irving smiled, someone came into the dining room. Oh, you're both here already? Mr. Ewin relaxedly sat in the chair next to Mr. Irving. I spoke briefly to Ellie earlier, but I had something to tell you about my father. Would you mind listening? Sure. What do you mean by earlier? I did hear a disturbance not too long ago. So sure as in he does mind? Oh, that might have been because I went to Ellie's room. Her room? Ah, shouldn't I have? It is prohibited for men to enter the female servants' rooms. Oh, that's a rule, is it? I didn't know. Regardless of whether you knew or not, you lack delicacy. I'm amazed. Is it really such a big deal? All I did was go in the room. Anyway, as long as you stay here, obey the rules, don't do that again. Okay, I got it. Is Mr. Irving a little upset? Is it because he's strict when it comes to rules? Or is there another reason? Anyways, back to what I wanted to say. My father is actually... Just then, Mr. Maurice entered the dining room. My lord, I have something to report. Oh, Ewan and Ellie are here. Perfect. I'll tell you all. You have something to say? You don't say. Okay. I mean, he did just tell you he had something to say, but whatever. Yes, I have the results of the analysis of Mr. Oliver's letter. I believe I mentioned yesterday that I was asking a specialist to analyze the handwriting. The results have come back already. Huh, let's hear that first. I'll tell you my thing later. Okay. Mr. Maurice, please continue. Certainly. The results conclude that the letter and the seance message, both of which claim to be written by Mr. Oliver, were neither his nor Keith's handiwork. I knew it. Someone was mimicking Keith's writing. Yes, even some parts of Keith's were faked. Ewan was named as one of the participants for the seance, but his name was added by someone else. By someone who's pretending to be the predecessor? That seems to be the case. I wonder if the culprit called Mr. Ewan here to have him execute the crime. Seems so. Yeah. That pisses me off. But if the will was manipulated, then that means the culprit has been hiding among us for at least the last few weeks. Even before that, my father's death is looking more and more suspicious. Keith's death? Anything suspicious about it? Yeah. Mr. Ewan said that the day before Keith died, he wrote in the diary, I'm going to investigate the black dog. Keith did that? You didn't know, Maurice? No, I didn't. I did not know about it. But isn't that suspicious? He died the day after writing something like that. Definitely. Black dog? It's an old folk tale from my village. It used to live deep in the woods. Natalie was attacked. Is there such a thing? Who is Natalie? Huh? She is the maid apprentice working here. She's from the village here and has braided hair. Really? I didn't know. I see. All of us are here in the manor. But Mr. Irving returned to the manor a few days ago, and Natalie mostly keeps herself hidden. So I guess it makes sense. Mr. Maurice and Ms. Noel are taking care of the servants. Was she really attacked by the black dog? Yes. When she was a child, Natalie's father told her so. I see. But she doesn't remember it off her head. So, that's some raisins and red flags. Kinda. There are a few things I am concerned about. You'll need to investigate this seriously. Ewan muttered and turned to Mr. Irving. Can I stay here in the manor for a bit longer? There are some things about my father and the person who I was used by that I wish to investigate. He wants to investigate? Is he saying that he wants to join our investigation? It would be a great help if we investigated together. Ellie, you agree? Thanks. I understand that you want to find out about Keith. You may join us, but please abide by the rules of the manor. Okay. I think we'll make a good team. About the black dog, I think the villagers know something about it. I'll go ask them after the meal. Okay, then we'll continue on with our investigation. Maurice, could you find out whether anyone acted suspiciously before Keith's death? We also need to find out who could have doctored the will. Yes, my lord. Should we keep this a secret from everyone? Yes. I'll reconsider if we don't find any clues. Like I thought, Mr. Irving wants to try to keep this as quiet as possible. This could hurt the Rockford name. I'll go talk to my aunt and the medium. They seem to be in their room still. Should I go call them? Yes, making a plan to talk to them after the meal. I bowed and left the dining room. Actually, I probably should save 2, but... Oh, I can't remember who's in what room now. Excuse me, the meal is ready. Okay, I'll be down soon. When I entered the room, Mrs. Grace was still getting ready. As for Miss Lila, I looked around and saw Miss Lila in the bed. Has she been sleeping since? Miss Lila fainted after attacking Mr. Irving, so we brought her back here. We called a doctor, and the doctor confirmed that physically there was nothing wrong with her. She wakes up every now and then, but when she does, she gets so awfully agitated. I've been giving her a sedative to help her sleep. Agitated? Like she was last night? What happened to Miss Lila? Leela, I don't know. She seems to know something. I should try asking her some questions. Let's see, I don't know if it really matters here or if I just select all of them. Let's just try all of them and see what happens. I think Ms. Lila received a letter with instructions. Mr. William and Mr. Ewan also received letters from the culprit. Have you seen something like that in the room? Maurice asked me the same thing, but I don't know. I searched the room, but I couldn't find it. Well, I wonder if Miss Layla threw it away. When Miss Lila attacked Mr. Irving last night, she said, "You and your family deceived me, so this is my revenge." Do you have any idea what she meant? I'm not sure. I think this has something to do with the promise that Miss Leela made with Mr. Irving when they were young. How ridiculous. Deceived? What's she talking about? Miss Grace angrily murmured to herself. Pretty sure it's murmured, or is it murmured? I don't know. Leela is still a child. As she grows up, she'll understand. None of that actually matters. Mrs. Gray seems to know what she meant by deceived. I don't think she'll tell me, though. Long ago, there used to be a black dog that lived deep in these woods. Do you know anything about it? I've heard about it, but it's just a rumor. I think I've asked everything. Who do you think you are, asking these sorts of things? I'm sorry, but I was just curious. Are you finished? I want to go to the dining room. Yes, I'm very sorry. Lost in thought, I left Mrs. Grace's room. Exactly. The protagonist's job is to get questions done. Excuse me, your meal is ready. Heh, I have good memory. I remembered. What's wrong? You look scared. What? Oh, excuse me. Do you want to talk to me? No, but I think Mr. Irving wants to talk to you later, so please ask him. Mr. Irving wants to talk to me? What do you mean? What do you think she means? He wants to talk to you. What is there to not understand about that? Well, I shouldn't have said that. What should I do? I'm sorry, but it can't come from me. Please, couldn't you tell me? No, bitch. What's the point of just giving me a choice when it's just gonna make me pick one instead of either? Mr. Irving is going to ask Miss Mahi about the lie that she told. So something related to Mr. Irving's questions. What was Irving's questions again? Maybe the black dog? No, not that one, okay. Oops, no, not that one. That one. Mr. Irving wants to ask about the message from the seance. It has been proved that it wasn't written by Mr. Oliver. It wasn't Mr. Oliver? Is that true? Yes, the handwriting was analyzed, so we can be fairly sure the letter was made to look like his writing. Really? If I may ask, Miss Mahi, did you really think that message was written by Mr. Oliver? Hesitating slightly, Miss Mahi. There's 23, says Mr. Mahi. 23. That's crazy. To be honest, I didn't know. You didn't know? What do you mean? It's embarrassing to say, but I'm not spiritually talented. Although I can feel spiritual power, I've never been able to communicate with spirits. I was taking over from my mother, so I tried to do what I'd seen her do, but I didn't commune with Oliver at the seance. I had a feeling something was amiss, so I was right after all. But what an incredible thing to confess. Maybe she'll tell me the truth now. I should ask about the message at the seance. Ms. Mahi seemed to know before the meeting that there was a paper with an invisible message written on it. The reason why Miss Mahi knew there would be a paper with an invisible message on it at the meeting is because maybe the method of communication was yes, it was in the chest when I arrived at this manor. Ha ha ha. I remembered. I'm good. I knew. Miss Mahi also received that letter. Also? Did other people receive a letter as well? Yes. Mr. William and Mr. Ewin received letters with instructions. Why did you follow the instructions, Miss Mahi? For one thing, I thought it would make me seem like a better medium if I did what the instructions said. But also, I wanted to know who wrote the letter. If the letter wasn't written by Mr. Oliver's spirit, then who wrote it? I thought if I followed the instructions, I might be able to find the person behind all this. But you're not implicated, so that's why it didn't work for you. You wanted to find the person behind this? Yeah, for real. I had personal reasons for wanting to do so. I'm sorry for what I did to Mr. Irving. What personal reasons? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. But please tell me if you can. Under the circumstances, I want to know as much as I can. It may help me to resolve the situation. You're right. I understand. There it goes again, 24. Hesitating slightly. I thought I might be able to figure out what's hurting my mom if I found the person who wrote the letter. Hurting your mom? That's right. Your mother has been ill for about a year, hasn't she? Yes. Mom has been having nightmares where she says the name of the evil spirit she once exorcised here. Evil spirit? I will tell Mr. Irving the full story shortly. This isn't something I should be telling you like this. I understand. An evil spirit that she exorcised? Is that the reason why Ms. Mahi was here before? And now the evil spirit is hurting her mother? I wonder what this evil spirit could be. Interesting. Alrighty. I returned to the dining room later and found Mr. Irving alone with a serious look on his face. Everyone had finished their meals and all of the dishes had been cleared. What's the matter? So I talked with my aunt and Mahi. That made her think that the letter was the work of the evil spirit. So that evil spirit is behind this? How ridiculous. I couldn't keep listening. Well, I understand how you feel, but I wonder what the evil spirit could do. I'm sorry, is that something I shouldn't ask? No, honestly, I'm not sure myself. I know that an exorcism was performed back then, but I don't remember what it was for. I see. If I may ask, do you remember when it was when the exorcism was performed? Exactly 10 years ago, when I was 11 years old. 11 years old? I feel like Mr. Irving is forgetting something. The promise he made to marry Ms. Lila when he was 10 years old. They were just children, so it's only natural that he forgot. But I do wonder. That's right, Ellie. What happened with the safe? I forgot to ask about, but were you able to open the safe in my father's room? Oh, yes. There was something I had to tell you. Oh, what did we find in the safe? It was this, right? Yeah, I think it was. There was a pocket watch in the safe. A pocket watch? It's still in the safe. Would you like to go and have a look? Yes. Could you tell me how to open the safe? Of course, I'll show you. I entered the room and promptly opened the safe. This is it. This is what my father wanted to give me. Huh? The hands of the watch aren't moving. You're right. It's broken? What does it mean? Why did my father want to give me this? I wonder. Is there a hint somewhere? Oh gosh, I don't even know. Maybe this? I don't know. No. I reread Mr. Oliver's letter. I write this before I leave for the battlefield, though I wondered whether I should at all. If you see this, think of it as the guidance of the Virgin Mary. The key is for the safe. Oh, the key is for the safe. Okay, I got it. I'm just tired. The safe in my room. For the dial number, look very closely at the Bible on the bookshelf. Hopefully I can come home safely and tell you this face to face after you have reached adulthood. I sincerely hope that said time will come. Finally, allow me to apologize for my poor handwriting. As expected, I couldn't ask Keith this time. Key 0. I'm interested in the part of the letter that says key 0. Ah, yes, I wonder what that means. It must be talking about a key. Then that would make the 0. Do you mind if I try winding the watch? Sure. So he does mind? This is the second time he was like, yeah, I mind. Nothing happened. I'll try thinking about it again. Zero, Now, when in doubt, go see. Nope. Alright. Oh. Wow. The watch face came off like a lid and a key came out. This key. There is something written on the tag. Open the forbidden fruit? I don't know what it means, or what this key opens. Well, to me, that sounds like there's some kind of door hidden in the garden somewhere. Probably where the, yeah, I don't know, right, another key. Probably where the, that special flower of your family is, would be my best guess. Well, generally speaking, it's a fruit from the Garden of Eden in the Bible. You can eat it to gain knowledge of good and evil. Knowledge? Maybe it means that we'll find knowledge using this key. Saved key and the forbidden fruit. It could be talking about an apple. That's one theory. Oh, an apple? Did you think of something? Yeah, there are apple trees in our reception room. Apple trees in the reception room? Didn't even know there was a reception room until now. I see, so these are the apple trees. I hadn't been to this room since the seance. And back then, the room was dark and I didn't really look around much, so I didn't notice them. So is there something that we can use the key on? I thought we should come here because of the apples. There might be something somewhere to use the key. There might? I'm not sure. There is a courtyard behind here, but it seems too small for this wall to be the only thing separating the two areas. Now that you mention it, there there might be a space between this room and the courtyard. I only lived here in the manor when I was a child, so I don't know everything. I think it's worth investigating. Yes, I'll look around to see if there's somewhere to use a key. Search start. So we're just going to try every one until it opens. Oops. When I touch the fifth apple on the tree, what? It moves? Now that I think about it, V was engraved on the key. That was a hint to the keyhole location. It was indicating the only tree with a fifth apple. I slid aside the panel with the fruit. There was a keyhole. Amazing to think that this was hidden here. When I need to use this keyhole with this key. Gee, I don't know what we're gonna use the keyhole. The wall opened like a door. This place is. Behind the door was a set of stairs going down. They led to this room. Was there always a room like this here? Have I been here before? What is this room for? I don't remember. This place doesn't seem like it's used often. It looks like a storeroom. Was Mr. Oliver trying to tell us about this room? Is there something important here? I should investigate. Search start. Didn't say that. I opened the door and found a rusty box. It won't open. Should I press these buttons? Another door within the door? What do you mean? A variety of books are tightly packed on the shelves. They are labeled and seem to be well managed. Looking inside the box on the fourth shelf, I found many cloths inside. Okay, did they actually mean to say cloths, or is that a typo for clothes? Nope, they meant cloths. Okay, cool. Shit. It's polishing powder. It's often used to remove rust. There is still some left. It seems like I'll be able to use it. Probably can. Um, 9Z6. First 9. Middle. Two, maybe? I don't know. And then 6. Nope, alright. What did I try the first time too? Because I thought like Z for 0, but there isn't a 0 option. let's try flipping it. So 9. Oh wait, am I dumb? Could be a, oh yeah, it could be a 7, yeah. What did I try there? 9, 7, 6. Alright, so let's try 6, 7, 9. Nope. Shoot. I mean, what happens if I click on everything else? Again. Anyway. Eight, 7, 6. Alright, well, let's try that. Nope. Let's try 9, 2, 6. Did I already try that? I don't know. Really? Well, yeah, that's a lot of the same old bullshit. I have no clue. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up because I just can't figure it out. Three, 2, 6. Upside down, easy, 9. I mean, I don't... Oh. Oh, I see it now. Wow. Okay. I'm just dumb. Yay! Thank you, Google. How the fuck? Because it's a backwards. They're all backwards, not like upside down. It's just they were literally backwards. No, thank you very much. What's inside? I looked in the open box and found a knife. It was covered in red-black rust and had a faint odor. This is... It's a bit creepy. Could this rust be dried blood? Mr. Irving. The blood drained from Mr. Irving's face. His white skin took on a pallid hue, rust the blood. What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine. Let's go. What? Let's get out of here. Oh, hold on. Please let me hold the box. Why? Oh, you don't look so well, so I thought I might carry it. Ah, thank you. Could you take it to my room? Yes. He's scaring me. His voice and facial expressions feel cold. What's really going on? What are the bloods? Suddenly, I remembered the look on Mr. Irving's face when he heard the words, abominable demons. At the seance, it looked like he had heard that phrase before, but I can't remember Mr. Oliver ever saying that. Where had Mr. Irving heard it before? We left the basement and headed back to Mr. Irving's room. We ran into Mr. Maurice on the way. There. My lord, you seem to have difficulty walking. What's wrong? He suddenly got sick. Are you okay? Should I call a doctor? No need to. I just need a little rest. Can you get me a drink or something? And make sure to fucking check it for poison this time. Understood. I'll have someone bring it later. Ellie, can you report to me after things have settled? Yes. We parted ways there and continued out to Mr. Irving's room. I'll set this here. Yeah. When I turned around, Mr. Irving was sitting on the bed with his jacket off. Oh no, here we go. He still looks pale, but seems to have calmed down a little compared to before. Ellie, tell Maurice that I'm fine, would you? I'm sure he is worried. Of course. Oh, nothing. Excuse me. I want to ask him why he suddenly feels ill after looking inside the box. But it's better to ask that for later. I should have him rest for now. I'd better go report to Mr. Maurice about Mr. Irving. I bumped into Mr. Maurice downstairs. Oh, Ellie, how's the Lord doing? He seems to have calmed down a little, so I came to report to you. Okay, lend me here. I told Mr. Maurice about what happened in the basement. I see. You can go to the basement from the reception room. Did you know about it? I've heard such a place exists, but I don't know anything more about it. I've never been there either. Really? Even you, Mr. Maurice? Not to mention a knife, with blood rust on it. How unsettling. Was Mr. Oliver trying to give it to the Lord? I'm not sure. Do you have any idea? No, nothing. Like I said yesterday, I haven't always been working here. Oh, that's right. You went to work for another family. Yes, I was away for 2 years, or so, when the Lord was about 10 years old. When Mr. Irving was about 10 years old, what happened at the manor then is... No, I never heard about it. That wasn't it. No, I've never heard about it. That wasn't it. It's gotta be Black Dog then, right? No, I have never heard about it. About 10 years ago, when Mr. Irving was 11 years old, Ms. Mahi apparently conducted an exorcism here. I remember you saying you never actually met her. Right, so I don't know how much about the exorcism either. Much about the exorcism either. Keith mentioned it a little bit. A little about it. Did Mr. Keith know about it? Well, I suppose he was working here as a footman back then, so he never really spoke much about that time, though. Perhaps he didn't want to talk about it because of several misfortunes. Misfortunes? The lady of the house passed away, and many of the servants were let go. Keith is one of the few that stayed. I see. Do those misfortunes have anything to do with the exorcism? I wonder if there's any connection between the knife and the exorcism that took place 10 years ago. I want to go ask Mr. Irving about them. Excuse me, huh? Mr. Irving and Ms. Noel were already in the room. They both had serious looks on their faces. Is there something wrong? Oh, Ellie, the knife we found is missing. Oh, the knife? I left the room for a little while after you were gone, and when I returned, the knife was gone from the box. I wonder if someone stole it. No one was here when I arrived. Suspicious right there. Who would steal a knife, and why? I went outside as I wasn't feeling well. When I returned, Noelle was in the room. The knife was already missing then? Yeah, I think it was stolen while I was gone. I brought some tea to the Lord, but no one was in the room when I got here. All I did when I got here was pour some tea from my teapot into the cup. I didn't touch the box at all. Liar. Does that mean that the knife was stolen after Mr. Irving left the room, but before Miss Noel entered it? My lord, I'll check if anyone has been here. Please have the tea while it's hot. Excuse me? Yeah, it really is for murder. You don't say. She bowed, grasping what looked like a hat of some kind. Yeah, she got that knife. It's a tea cozy. It keeps teapots warm. She got that knife in that tea cozy. After Miss Noel left the room, Mr. Irving sighed deeply. Goodness, who'd steal something like that? The mastermind certainly would, that's for sure. His face had turned pale again, just like it had been down in the basement. Maybe he'll feel better if I can get the knife back. I wonder why it was stolen. But first of all, Mr. Irving, may I look around the room a little? Yes, of course. I hope you can find out something. Search start. Do you know if the tea has been tested for poison? Yeah, Noelle gave it a taste before she poured it into the cup. Is that so? Then it should be alright. Huh? This is porcelain in the box. It was as if the knife had been replaced by it. The piece is wet and a little warm. It smells like black tea. Is it a teacup fragment? It's not from that cup. Okay. They're a little warm. They smell like black tea. I went through everything. The box contains what may be a teacup fragment, and on the floor, quite possibly, tea droplets. Alarming. The cup on the table is not particularly chipped. What is going on? mean that there were originally 2 teacups? I don't think. That's 24. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, wait. 25. Or 25 now. I don't think there is a reason to bring 2. The tea may have been replaced. Perhaps the original cup broke. I see. Did Noelle break it? That's so unlike her. Memo in memory. Ha 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 ha. Yes, Mr. Irving, please take a good rest. You don't look well. I'll do that. Mr. Irving lay down. That's 2 in a row in the same scene. That's 26. Can we get to 30 before the end of the game? Actually, I had a lot of questions to ask. I'll leave them till after the theft case is resolved. Alright, and I will be right back. Alright. Where did we say we were going again? Oh, I was asking Ms. Noelle about it. Alright. Ah! A spider! As soon as I entered the dining room, I heard a scream. Louisa was running toward me, duster in hand. A spider? Oh, you're right. I'm glad it didn't come out of in the middle of the meal. There's nothing to be glad about. Why did it come out in front of me? You don't like spiders, Louisa. You don't say. What? And you do? Alright then, you take care of it. Okay, could you hand me the duster? And can I ask you some questions? I want to ask you about the tea in Mr. Irving's room. Tea? Yeah, that was me. Mr. Maurice asked me to bring it up. The Lord wasn't in the room, so I just put it on the table. Really? Did you break the cup at that time? Huh? I'm not that clumsy. But you broke the Virgin Mary statue. Well, thank you. Thank you. So thank you for bringing that up. So this means that Louisa first brought the tea, then somehow the teacup broke, so Ms. Noelle brought another one. Ellie, did you catch it? Oh yeah, I'll release it outside. What if it comes inside again? Well, we'll deal with it then. Spiders are better to have around anyway, so long as they're not venomous. They eat other pests, after all. If they're harmless, there's no reason to kill them anyway. You're too optimistic. You might get bitten while saying that. Huh? Well, I wouldn't want that. Heh. It might very well sneak up on you and strike when you least suspect it. Too funny. It wouldn't be the scariest thing lurking about in this manner. Yeah, certainly not. Does she not realize it, though? Then again, Louisa might even be the culprit herself. The same goes for Miss Noel, Mr. Jack, and even little Natalie, though. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's not that scary. Oh, nothing. I need to get going. Thanks for answering my questions. Hey, Ellie, perfect time. Once in the kitchen, Mr. Jack greeted me with a grin. I could use some help. Could you clean those dishes? Oh, sure. Can I ask you some questions in return? Sure. What do you want to know? I'm checking to see who entered the Lord's room in the past hour or so. Is there anything you know? If so, can you tell me? Someone entering the Lord's room? Mr. Maurice did ask me to prepare some treats for the Lord to enjoy his tea. I asked Natalie to take them. Someone took the tea while I was out for a bit, but they forgot to bring the treats up, so that's all I know. So Natalie is the one who took the cupcakes I saw in the Lord's room? But my God, Natalie's face was white as a ghost when she came back. She wandered off somewhere, almost in a daze. I was actually going to ask her to wash the dishes. Is that so? What happened to her? Well, maybe she wasn't feeling good. Why is it? I'm worried. Nicely done. That's enough, thanks. After washing the last of the dishes, he handed me a towel and some cupcakes. Your reward for helping out. If you see Natalie, give her one too. She may feel better after eating something sweet. True. Thank you. I left the kitchen with the cupcakes. They were still warm. Just as I arrived, Mr. Ewan came in through the front door. Hey, Ellie, I'm back. Welcome back. Were you able to talk to the villagers? Yeah, I asked around about the black dog, but didn't really learn much about it. My hunch is telling me that they're hiding something. Hiding? What do you mean? I asked about the attack on Natalie, but all they said it was the black dog's doing, nothing more. The young people seem to really have no clue. The old folks, though, it's like they didn't want to say. I tried to coerce it out of them, but they'd just run away. Either that or glare and say it's none of my business. What's that supposed to mean? Are they forbidden from talking about it or something? Maybe. I did hear there used to be a black dog in the woods long ago, but I have a feeling it was just a regular mutt. That particular dog would wag its tail and come up to you, sniffing, apparently. That does just sound like a normal dog. There might have been no black dog after all. Maybe the villagers might have just created this black dog creature as an excuse to hide things that made them look bad. I see, but what sort of things? In any case, I'll dig in some more. How's things on your end? Well, we actually had a bit of an incident. I'm looking into that. What is it? Did someone come after him again? No, it's not that. I wonder what the deal is there. Maybe it was stolen by whoever it is that wants to kill Irving. I'm not sure. If that's the case, then I need to look deeper. Yeah, don't just stick your nose in things blindly. Let me handle the dangerous stuff. Heck, couldn't care less. I can count on him. I'm glad he is helping us out on the investigation. I trust him a bit. I do. I'm gonna go out again. I'll check out the deeper part of the woods where the rumors say the black dog has appeared. Understood. Please be careful. Mr. Ewing. Natalie was hunched over, her face ghastly pale. Natalie, are you okay? Oh, Ellie. Mr. Jack was right. You really don't look good. Here, have a cupcake. It's from him. He said you might feel better after eating something sweet. Thank you. Yeah. I've seen this piece before. It was... Maybe. I broke it by accident. Something startled me, so... What startled you? Can you tell me? Well... Could it be what it is related to Natalie breaking the cup? Do you know anything about a knife in Mr. Irving's room? It was in a box. You know? Well, yeah, I looked inside the box. Mr. Jack asked you to bring the cupcakes to Mr. Irving's room. Did you see it then? Yeah, as I was putting the cupcakes on the table, I accidentally knocked the box over. Then a knife. Natalie's voice trailed off. She started to shake. Why is she so scared? What does that knife mean to her? It certainly seemed creepy, but still. You didn't take the knife from there, did you? I don't think you did, but, I mean... Take it? No, I didn't. Of course not. You wouldn't do that, Natalie. Why does she look shocked? But the knife disappeared after that. Do you know anything about it? Not about anything that happened afterward. Sorry. I raced out of the room then and there. You raced out? The knife made me remember something from when I was younger. I panicked. You remembered when you got hurt? Yeah, there was a cute dog at that time. I followed the dog and went deep into the woods. Then that knife was used to attack me. The person who attacked me is... Natalie. I turned to where the voice had come from. Miss Noel was running towards us. Here you are. I was looking all over for you. Aunt, I'm sorry I had you clean after me. That's fine. Are you okay? I don't that's a new sprite. I don't remember seeing that one. Not really. Natalie. Ms. Noel held Natalie in her arms as if to comfort her. Huh? What's going on? Aunt? So these two are... You should go home today. I'll accompany you for a bit. Okay. Grasping Natalie's hand, the two started to walk off. Ms. Noel? Yes? If I may, can I talk to you after? Sure, I'll be back soon. Yes. Yes. Okay. Interesting. So we got a knot thing going here, okay. Shortly after, Ms. Noel returned alone. What do you want to ask me? Is it about Natalie? That too. Natalie was calling you Aunt earlier. Yes, Natalie is my niece. The Lord and Mr. Maurice already know. Try to keep it a secret, though. I don't want her to be given special treatment. Just keep treating her as an apprentice. Understood. So you kept it all under wraps for Natalie's sake? She's really special to you, isn't she? Yes. I try to firm with her, but if I'm not careful, I just end up becoming too overprotective, just like this. Now that I think about it, she did make me go with Natalie to the woods before. She must have been genuinely hurt. Ms. Noel, there is one more thing I'd like to ask. What is that, 27? Yeah, 27. There's one more thing I'd like to ask. Because think is what people like to ask about, for sure. About a stolen knife. Why are you asking about that? Is that another task the Lord has given you? Avoiding the question, now are we? He really depends on you, doesn't he? You haven't been here all that long. Question start. About the tea you brought to Mr. Irving's room. There was actually tea in the room before that. You brought yours after, right? Why do you think so? There was a teacup fragment in the room. It would have been from the cup that Louisa brought earlier. Natalie broke that one, so you brought a new one to replace it. Is that right? I cleaned up the mess, but you still found out. I ran into Natalie just as I was bringing some tea to Mrs. Grace. I ended up putting her tea in the Lord's room instead. Is that so? Mr. Irving returned to the room after that. So, you mean you accuse me of stealing the knife? Yes. Given the circumstances, you're the only one who could. I see. And how did I do it? Pray tell, was there anything suspicious? Yes. You probably used this to steal it. The tea cozy. Like I said when we were standing right there in the room. You stole the knife by hiding it in a tea cozy, didn't you? Yes, I was right. Yep. Take that! Why did you steal the knife? You don't need to know. You'll be happier if you didn't. If you don't. The knife must be related to... What of it? Maybe that. What a... this is irrelevant. We tried Black Dog already on it. Natalie was apparently the victim of a black dog attack in the woods. One that left her face scarred. She herself didn't remember anything back then. That's just what people told her what happened. The truth is, she was attacked with that knife, wasn't she? That's why you stole it. That's right. Natalie remembered what happened when she saw the knife. When I heard that, I got rid of it. That poor girl, that knife caused her so much pain. It frightened me. I couldn't just let it sit there. Question finished. Finish! What did you do with the knife you stole? I threw it in that pond over there. Miss Noel pointed at the pond in the corner of the garden. I'll explain that I stole the knife to the Lord myself. Sorry to cause you so much trouble. With that, Miss Noel headed back to the manor. I wasn't able to ask her anything in detail about who attacked Natalie and such. I was afraid to ask. After that, I searched the pond that Ms. Noel mentioned. The knife, wrapped in cloth, had luckily gotten stuck in a shallow part of it. Oh, still hasn't returned, has she? Mr. Maurice's voice echoed through the hall when I arrived back at the manor with the knife. What's wrong? Noel went to the Lord's room, but hasn't returned. It's almost dinner time. What could she be doing? Really? Should I go look for her? Yeah, please. Is Ms. Noel still talking to Mr. Irving? It's been a while. Excuse me? Huh? When I entered the room, Ms. Noel was sitting at the table alone. She seemed to be in a daze. Ms. Noel? Ellie, what's wrong? Mr. Maurice told me to come check on you. Goodness, would you look at the time? I must not be all here. Where's Mr. Irving? I looked around the room, but Mr. Irving was nowhere to be seen. He left. For where? Who knows? Who knows? Miss Noel's acting strange. So, what happened then? Did you talk to Mr. Irving? Yeah, I apologized to the Lord and explained why I stole the knife. Then I asked if it was really the one used to attack Natalie. What did Mr. Irving say? He said it was one and the same. Did he really say that? So the stories about the black dog were all lies. Lies fabricated by the adults at the time to hide the real culprit. Hide? Actually, there were rumors at the time that Natalie was attacked by the son of the Roquefort family. Some people said they saw a silver-haired boy carrying a knife deep in the woods. Okay. Boy, that's good. That escalated quickly. All right. The mere mention of it always infuriated the adults, though, who allows you to even make a living here, they'd say. The Roqueforts really are like the masters of Rakiston village, so... But did Mr. Irving really attack Natalie? I can't believe it. I think he did. The Lord acknowledged it when I spoke with him just now. I said if he attacked a villager for no reason at all, then I don't want him becoming the head of the household. I'd rather he dropped dead, I said. Okay, so it's not Noel like I thought it would be. I mean, it might still be, but I don't think it is now. Then he said, very well, and left. She'd rather he dropped dead? Very well, he said. Suddenly, my dream flashed in my mind. Don't tell me. Yeah, still could be. Don't tell me Mr. Irving killed himself. Here I was, thinking Mr. Victor was the culprit, to think it was actually Mr. Irving all along. Is Mr. Victor a... Who's Mr. Victor? Is that a typo? Is that 28? I think so. I haven't seen William in a long time. Victor. That is... No, I'll ask you about that later. I need to look for Mr. Irving. Why? Because Mr. Irving could die any minute. Yeah, that's what I've always wanted. What? I can't forgive the culprit who scarred Natalie's face. I always wanted that person dead. Ms. Noel. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh! Okay. I need to find Mr. Irving no matter what, because I don't want him to die. I've been powerless until now. I couldn't help even when I had a dream of someone dying. He thought me, I could change that. 28. He thought me. He thought me I could change that. He thought me I could change that. I don't think Irving really attacked Natalie. I think it was like a Miles Edgeworth situation with his dad. That's what I think. If it's a life that maybe I could save, I definitely don't want to overlook it. Thought me. I didn't say thought, but that would have been even more funny. Excuse me. I ignored Ms. Newell and headed for the door. That moment, I fell forward. Someone had pushed me from behind. What? I'm sorry. Stay here for a while. I'll do the rest. Ms. Newell left the room, closing the door behind her. I heard the doorknob being fiddled after she was gone. What did she do? Ms. Newell's long gone, and all I could sense on the other side of the door is silence. I'm locked in. No. Is there a way to get out? Is there a way? This is getting good. Should I check the room while I'm here? I feel bad for Mr. Irving, but there might be something useful. Search start. Oh. Okay, so it's okay. Watch out for Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student hidden within the walls of the school, rumored to be the ultimate despair. Kind of situation. Okay. It really is him. Does that mean he has a brother? That's a first for me, though. Oh, hang on. Ms. Noel did say something before. Here I was thinking Mr. Victor was the culprit. To think it was actually Mr. Irving all along. Mr. Victor that Ms. Noel was talking about? Maybe they really are brothers. I wonder where he is now, though. I opened the curtain and looked out. Someone was there. Ah, is that? I looked down from the window and saw Mr. Ewin. It seemed like he was going to walk past without noticing. Dead, probably. And I don't know, save a whole bunch. Mr. Ewin! Mr. Ewin! Should I call him louder? But if I do, Miss Noel might hear. That'd make it even harder to get out. Fuck it, I'm calling for him. Mr. Ewing! Mr. Ewing! Alrighty then. Can I use this to get Mr. Ewing's attention? Throw it at him. Huh? What is this? The candle struck Mr. Ewan's body, causing him to look up suspiciously. Ellie, what are you doing? He finally noticed me leaning out the window. I gestured to him that that I was trapped and in need of help. Okay, I'll catch you, so jump. Oh gosh. What? Oh man. Trust fall or no trust fall? Which is it? Forget it. Wait a minute, not even a countdown or anything? Huh? Is there a problem with that? Well, it was too late. Bam. Ah, He crumpled to the ground, unable to fully stop or slow my momentum. What was that? I heard a loud crash. Ellie, Ewan, what are you doing? Mr. Maurice and Miss Noella heard the commotion and come running. Ah, you tried to get out of the room? How unfortunate. You've gone and injured yourself. It was already after midnight. Ugh. Landing failure. Yeah, no shit. See, there's always at least one game over a dream, so. There's nothing I can use to jump out of the window. Let me use these sheets as a rope. It'll be safer to jump from the lowest possible height. I removed the sheets and tied them to the window frame, using that as my means of escape. Okay, I'm ready. Jump from there. The sheets didn't reach the ground, so I climbed down them as far as I could, then jumped toward him. Are you okay? Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Ewan gently lowered me to the ground. But how did this happen? Well, actually, I told him Miss Noelle was the one who stole the knife, plus her motive for doing so. What on earth? So she told him she'd rather he dropped dead, and he said very well, then just up and left. Yes, so I'm very worried. I have no idea where he went. And that was... What is it? Do you know something? Well, I was deep in the woods just now, where people say they saw the black dog. I saw something silver on my way out. I thought it was nothing, but that could be Mr. Irving. It could very well be. I'm going to look for him. I'm coming. I'll grab some lanterns, so wait here. And so we made our way to the dark woods behind the manor, light sources in hand. This area is under control. There shouldn't be beasts about, but be careful when we go deeper in the woods. We don't know what's out there. Okay. The end. In the woods. Though scared at just how dark the area was, Mr. Ewan and I ventured farther in. But you really think that Irving's gonna kill himself? Something tells me you're overthinking things. I really think he will, yes. Why? I had a dream. A dream in which Mr. Irving dies. A dream? Is that why you think he'll die? It might seem silly, but I've been able to help Mr. Irving time and again thanks to my dreams. In fact, it was my dream that helped me prevent you from attacking him at all. You can't be serious. Then again, I guess you did seem to predict what was going to happen back then. Fine, I trust you. In any case, we need to find him. There's a bunch of stuff we need to ask him. Right. Huh? What? You don't want to know? Well, I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't actually ask him anything. If I can just confirm his safety, that's enough. Learning the truth would be frightening in itself. What? Getting cold feet now? As nosy as you are, can't you solve anything without knowing stuff in advance? Well, Look, I'm grateful to you. Thanks to you, I was able to learn about my father. That prevented me from going down the wrong path. I shudder to think that would have gone down had I not known. I might have been a murderer. Mr. Ewan. Well, you decide what you want to do. I'm going to ask him my questions, whether you do too or not. He doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of encouraging to see someone so focused. Want to be close to Mr. Irving, want to follow Mr. Ewan. Well, Mr. Irving should be with what's-her-face. blonde bitch, Leela, I guess kinda. And Mr. Ewan's cool, and he figured out the error of his ways. I'll go with Mr. Ewan. I decided I want to follow you. Let's find out the truth together. That's my girl. I like you better that way. Really? But certainly this is how I should be. This is who I am. I must proceed without hesitation. With that mindset, I took a look around. Wasn't it here? Mr. Ewan. Mr. Irving. My dream had suddenly come back to me. What was once hazy was now clear as day. I remember. It's here. What is? This is the place where Mr. Irving dies. In my dream. Died in my dream. Is that so? That's real. Then, would he be around here? He might be. Why don't we split up and look? Alright. Something happens, yell out. I won't go too far. This area is quite dense. I had a feeling I couldn't really rely on the lantern alone to light the way, so I walked carefully. This is kind of scary. No one really knows what's deep in these woods after all. There's the story of the black dog too, so... And yet you know that is, fake. At that moment, I heard a feral growl. What was that? A wolf? I spun around, lantern raised. There out in the darkness, a black beast, fangs bared, a fire in its eyes. But black dog? Grrr. Ah! Without a second thought, I made a break for it and collided with something head on. Oh my. Ellie, are you okay? What? Mr. Irving? I looked up straight into Mr. Irving's eyes. He was hugging me. Oh, had a wild dog after you, did you? Seems that they've made this place their home again. Shoo! Away with you! He shot the beast a hostile glare, causing it to retreat in fright. A wild dog? Not the black dog, then. I think that's just an old folk tale. I've never met someone who's actually seen it. Oh, is that so? But why are you here? I was looking for you, Mr. Irving. I had a bad feeling after hearing Miss Noel's story. I thought you might die just like I saw in my dream. I was worried that you might kill yourself. Really? So you grasp that much. You really are amazing. Were you really going to kill yourself? Is that why you are here? I came here because I thought I might be able to remember something. That Natalie girl was attacked here. After listening to Noelle, I figured I needed to remember what happened back then. But just remembering is terribly painful. The urge might have killed me. The urge? So that's how fragile Mr. Irving is right now. I'm glad I met him before something terrible happened. But, what do you mean, remember? You don't remember what happened 10 years ago? No, I don't have any memory of that time. Seeing the knife did jog my memory about the incident somewhat, but still. 10 years ago, my family said that Victor was the one who did it, so I was confused whether I did it or... Save. Victor? Is that... There was a picture with 2 boys in your room, my lord. Is Victor one of those boys? You saw that, did you? Yes, that's right. He was my twin brother. Mr. Irving's voice was almost a whisper. He's dead now, though. Passed away in a car accident with my mother right after the incident with the knife. Is that so? My lord, do you think your brother was the one who did it? The incident 10 years ago, I mean? I do, yes. Well, I think it was one of us, at least. My memory of that time is still quite fuzzy. So many things happened back then. that I get more confused the more I remember. Speaking of which, what else happened 10 years ago? There was an exorcism conducted by Ms. Mahi and others. They did that because of the incident itself. Because of the incident? Why on earth would an exorcism have taken place? Anyway, if the two events are connected, then Miss Mahi was saying she felt the same thing from the exorcised spirit back then as she did from the culprit's letter this time around. Yeah, it was hard to believe when I first heard it, but if it is true, then somehow this incident is connected to the one that occurred 10 years ago. All the reason for me to have remember properly. All the more reason for me to have to remember properly. Me to have to remember properly. Okay. I don't think that's 28, but I don't know. Then you should. That might solve the case. A voice suddenly echoed through the air behind me. I glanced over my shoulder and saw Mr. Ewan standing there. Ewan? How long have you been there? Oh, from the time he said he couldn't recall what happened a decade ago. I heard you guys while searching and was listening in, but couldn't help myself, so here I am. Hey, Irving, try to remember for me. That black dog drivel was used to cover up the truth about the case from 10 years ago. If you can jog your memory, I'll be closer to the truth about my dad's death. But Mr. Irving said it hurts to remember what happened. Having him remember is the only choice we've got now. To be honest, I couldn't care less about how Irving here screwed up in the past. I see. Kind of look he's given. Mr. Ewan. Mr. Irving smiled. It was like he was somewhat relieved at Mr. Ewan's words. That reminds me, I told myself I would find out the truth no matter what before, so there's no time to be hesitant. I have to take the plunge and move forward. Then I want to do everything I can to bring back my memory. I'm thinking about going back to the manor and asking Mahi some questions. Would you come with me? Miss Mahi, after remembering certain things, I think it's better to ask her about what happened 10 years ago. But I still can't trust her fully. Hearing about the past might make me a little upset too, so it would certainly help if you were there with me. I see. Sure, no problem. Thank you. Then let's go. Someone was in the garden when we arrived back at the manor. Ms. Noel! When Ms. Noel noticed us, she was a little surprised. My lord, why did you return? To bring back my memory. I didn't tell you before, but my memory is still somewhat patchy when it comes to the incident 10 years ago. I want to get things straight for your benefit too. I'm responsible for all of you. +1 G5. Ms. Noel eyed Mr. Irving, then handed him a piece of paper. What is this? This was in that box when I stole the knife. I brought it with me and left it in my pocket. I see. I didn't even notice it. I wonder if Mr. Oliver put it there. I need to think about this memo means, what this memo means to you. Absolutely. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's find out everything. Indeed. We nodded at each other with newfound resolve. Okay. So we got one more chapter to go. The end of the nightmare. In the basement. Past basement. Immediately after returning from the woods, we asked Miss Mahi'd come to the basement. I came in here a long time ago. How nostalgic. The ritual was performed in the room just ahead. You did it here, underground. This is where you performed the exorcism. Stepping foot in here for the first time, Mr. Ewing looked around suspiciously. So, what was it you wanted to talk about? I want to ask about the exorcism 10 years ago. Some parts of my memory are missing. So can I confirm some things with you? If that's the case, then I couldn't possibly refuse. Please ask me anything. Can we ask some questions as well? Of course. Then first of all, why was the exorcism performed? We did it to expel the evil spirit possessing Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor was Mr. Irving's twin brother. Once he was such a gentle child, but after a certain age he started tormenting animals as if he was possessed or something. Tormenting animals? Back then there had been squirrels and rabbits killed deep in the woods. They said it was the work of the black dog. You mean the one who really killed them was Mr. Victor? And Natalie was attacked in the same way, right? Natalie? She must be the girl from the village. It seems so. When we received the request, we were told that a girl from the village had also been attacked. I see. So it was Mr. Victor who attacked her, which means that Irving is innocent. I think so. Hearing that, I don't see any reason for us to believe that Mr. Irving was behind the attack. But why did Mr. Irving think that he himself might have been the culprit? Do you have any idea what happened? No, I'm more confused than anything else. There is 28. Awesome. I'm more confused than anything else. Confused? Well, after hearing about it, my memory became clearer. I'm sure that my brother was responsible for the attack. That day, he brought home a knife with blood on it. I can remember everyone's faces turning pale. My parents had been worried and made him see a doctor, but after the incident, my grandfather started to claim that he was possessed by a demon or an evil spirit. That explains the exorcism. Before we were called, they had already tried a number of methods, like having a priest exorcise the demon. However, none of them seemed to really work. The Lord told us that he wanted the evil spirit gone, and told us to do whatever was necessary to cure him. Whatever was necessary? In those days, my grandfather also governed the village, so he couldn't have a member of the family attacking someone from the village. Victor said that he didn't mean to hurt the girl. He just wanted to show her the knife to scare her, but grandfather wouldn't listen to such an excuse. My parents begged him to stop, but he pressed on with the exorcism. What did you do during the exorcism? First, Mom chanted an incantation in Victor's room, but that didn't seem to work. So at the Lord's request, our methods gradually became more severe. That's right. After a while, the ritual moved to the room just ahead. Not even family members were allowed inside. 4 days after, we heard screaming. I was locked out too. I don't know any of the details. Mom really tried everything she had, but in the end she was able to drive the evil spirit out with fire. So in short, they locked up and tortured a child for a number of days, a 10-year-old child. Sure, what he did was bad, But even so that's why Mr. Irving's parents tried to stop it. Mom has never told me any details about what happened. This is the only case that she never talked about. And recently, she's been moaning in her sleep, saying the name of the evil spirit they exorcised. Pazuzu. What does it mean? Do you think she's being possessed? Could it be some sort of psychic phenomenon? Or is it because she's traumatized by what happened? It could be. In any case, if this is causing her agony, I want to find out what happened. Speaking of which, you said that you sensed the same feeling from the letter as you did from the evil spirit? Yes, they feel like they have the same spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? Essentially, it's the energy that all living beings have. If a person has strong spiritual energy, then they may stay and become a spirit after they die. So what do you mean by evil spirit? That's what Mom called the feeling she had when she met Mr. Victor 10 years ago. The feeling she had when she met Mr. Victor? You had the same feeling before? So that means Victor wrote the letter. That's one possibility, if I was right about what I felt. That's not possible. He died, didn't he? It is possible for a ghost to write a letter. I'm sure you're suspicious after what happened at the seance, but that was just a lack of skill on my part. So, the ghost wrote the letter? No, the truth is, I don't know. I felt the same spiritual energy, but I can't tell whether the person who wrote it is dead or alive. So, it's possible that he's alive. That's more believable than the idea that a dead person wrote the letter. But Mr. Victor died in a car accident along with Mr. Irving's mother. Really? Did you see the bodies? He has a point there. He has a point there. Now let's see what they say. I didn't. The bodies came home after the accident, but they were in an awful state, so I wasn't allowed to see them. But my father should have confirmed their identities. I don't know how bad they really were, but are you sure that he properly checked the bodies? If they were minced up or something, you wouldn't even be able to tell they were human. Mr. Ewing, your example is, now that you mention it, I don't know how their identities were confirmed. I just believed whatever I was told back then. Okay. Interesting. I see. Should we investigate? Investigate? How? Well, we can ask people at the church where the bodies were buried, or check old newspapers. Maybe there's an article about the car accident. I see. I don't know how much of the medium's story we can believe, but let's trust her for now. I'd also like to find out what happened. Let's work together. Sure. Anyways, was there more to your story? No, I told you everything I knew. Okay, then I'm going to go investigate right away. It's late, so we don't have much time either. With that, Mr. Ewing left the basement. But why? Mr. Irving was standing restlessly. He had just been told that his deceased brother may be the culprit, so it was only natural. What should I do? While I was wondering what I should say, Ms. Mahi stepped forward to face Mr. Irving. If you don't mind, I might look through the adjacent room. The room next door? The ritual took place in the neighboring room, so there may be traces of Mr. Victor's spiritual energy. I wish to confirm whether I was wrong about the energy I sensed from the letter. I see. I don't mind, but I don't know how to get to the next room. I'm sure that we can get to the next room from here. Looking around, I couldn't see any door other than the one to the ground floor. The entrance to the room next door is hidden. When I came here before, a family member opened the door, so I don't know how to open it. Miss Mahi doesn't know either, so to get to the next room, make a hole in the wall. Totally. Should we try searching the room? Maybe we can find the door. Yes, let's try that. Search start. Again, in this room. A on the right, B on the left, middle with C on the right, D on the left, E on the right. Oh, there's a coin. Mr. Irving, there's a 6-pence coin. Really? You can keep it if you like. Oh, thank you so much. What a lucky find. Maybe I can buy some sweets with this. Why didn't we find this earlier? But didn't they already take it out earlier, though? That's like, what? Alright. A hole in the plot. Plus 1 G5. Plus 1 G5. Oh shit. It was in the box with the knife, so I think that Mr. Oliver was trying to tell Mr. Irving something. Oh? Is it somehow connected to the labels on the bookshelf? The labels on the bookshelf have the letters A to F, and the memo has the letter G. Is there some meaning behind this? This is irrelevant now. Immediately after returning from the woods, we asked Miss Mahi to come to the basement. Ah, I came here a long time ago. How nostalgic. Did I, like, game over, or was that, like, a glitch or something? G. Wait. E, F, G, H. E, F. It's the 6th letter in the alphabet. Did I break the game now? Yep. Great. Cool. Game breaking glitch. Awesome. Gotta love it. Yeah, right at the 2-hour mark too. Alright, let me... Now I have to start a new stream then to, get, yeah, that's whatever. I'll be back in a second.